Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Previously, the first real big mystery has been solved in this case at long last. It was determined that the real Di Junhuan was killed 12 years ago while visiting the orphanage that his son John Marsh was attending. And it was none other than Sirhan Dogan who did it, per the drawing of a child at the time that revealed the identity of the killer. Meaning that for the last 12 years, the president's body double has been assuming his role because he was working with the two kidnappers, Patricia Rowland and Blaise DeBest, and they split the ransom money apparently. It was all one big collaboration and a total lie. Ugh. It's just head-spinning stuff. So, let's continue on here. Indeed, let us take this opportunity to review the details of the case. First, the real president came to the orphanage, right? 12 years ago, the true President Juan visited the orphanage in order to meet his son. The footsteps in the snow that we thought belonged to Mr. Cameron were most likely made by the president at that time. Yeah, he's a big dude. Big footprints. President Juan was supposed to meet his son here. However, the one who actually showed up was the assassin, Sirhan Dogan. He came here to meet his son, but was murdered instead. How horrible. A man like Dogan shows no mercy. And after that, the second tragedy occurred. You mean Mr. Cameron's murder? Indeed, Mr. Cameron saw the decisive moment. After the real president was killed by Dogan, his body was carried to the rear courtyard by the team of kidnappers. Mr. Cameron must have witnessed that moment from the orphanage entrance. Although he himself believed that he had actually witnessed a kidnapping. Furthermore, by this time, the body double who had come to meet up with Blaise and Miss Rowland was already standing behind Mr. Cameron. And then the witness to the incident, Mr. Cameron, was killed by the body double. So was Mr. Cameron's corpse also carried by the body double? Yes, that seemed likely. But there wasn't anything at the crime scene that looked like the body double's footprints. I've already figured out how he accomplished that. There's a piece of evidence that would have made it possible. What did the body double use to move the body without leaving any footprints? The extra shoes? Well, I'm thinking maybe the body double was using his own large pair of shoes to trace the real president's steps? I mean, there's nothing here that looks like snowshoes. So that photo shows the body double striking a pose to set up the crime scene, to fake the evidence. Yeah, no, I think it's just the shoes. Well, it's saying without leaving any footprints. Maybe it's not that specific, and it's more like proving that the body double didn't leave his own footprints and he was instead wearing fake shoes or something like that. Let's try it. This is almost certainly how the body double carried Mr. Cameron's corpse. I got it right. After Mr. Cameron was killed, the president's body double carried him into the middle of the garden. I suspect the body double was wearing the same shoes as the real president at the time. If he had made sure to step precisely on top of the footprints left by the real president. Yeah, that's what I guessed. Oh, since the shoes were the same, there would only be one set of footprints left behind in the snow. I think I've got a pretty good grasp on the SS5 incident now. But there's still one thing I don't get. What's that? Why did they need to stage the abduction? Because Mr. Cameron witnessed the incident. He saw the president at the orphanage. He left behind witness testimony on Miss Crane's answering machine. Even Blaze couldn't make that disappear. Ergo, the body double needed a reason for the president to have been at the orphanage. Oh, wow. So the ransom wasn't pre-planned, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Damn. And that's why they prepared the fake kidnapping charade. The people in the fake photo are the body double, and most likely Patricia Rowland. The person in the coat is Miss Rowland? What makes you say that? The two would have to leave the orphanage in order to take the picture. Just like when he moved the body, the double used the real president's footprints. Oh, so the second set of footprints must belong to the person in the coat. Indeed. We originally believed that those footprints belonged to Cameron's killer. They were size 7 footprints, too small for Blaze's feet. Thus we can presume that the person playing the part of the kidnapper was Patricia Rowland. Hidden in the shadow of the presidential kidnapping was a presidential assassination. I see. So that's why my old man... Why he... what? The old man must have realized that a murder had taken place. After all, he had the kids drawing. However, that picture was never presented as evidence. Your father likely took it from the young witness during the investigation and hid it. He had to have known that Juan was dead. What if he had revealed that back then? Reveal the death of the president, the backbone of Genfa. It would have caused chaos. And that's why my old man took the secret to his grave. He even took the blame for the kidnapping, knowing that would be the fall of the House of Lane. So this is the truth that Agent Lane's father hid 12 years ago. And now it's all become clear. Is that really the case, I wonder? Huh? What? Who's there? Oh. Oh boy. That bell hits. Why haven't you changed your clothes? You've been on the run for days now. Okay, maybe they just didn't want to draw a new sprite. Sir Hondogan. You! Why are you here? How can you just brazenly show up here? Who do you think you are, pal? I found the conversation most intriguing, and I just, well... Are you feeling nostalgic about an old murder of yours? You're the one who killed Juan. Nostalgia? I think not. You were speaking about the person I am searching for. You're searching for someone? I escaped from prison in order to meet with a young acolyte. The one who wore the red raincoat. Oh. The red raincoat? Who is this person? I suspect that it's the same person as the mastermind you are searching for. Mm-hmm. Someone you've been searching for, the one in the red hood. The red hood. Don't they seem surprised, Anubis? Yes, they are, my boy. 12 years ago, this young acolyte saved my life. Oh! So nice of him to just stay around for a chat. Weird, but okay. Certainly, it was I who killed President Juan. However, my life was also targeted on that day. The body double, Blaze, and Patricia all sought to seal my lips. Had I not been reunited with the young acolyte back then, I would have been in danger. Reunited? So you knew them even beforehand? But alas, even to this day, I do not know what has become of the young acolyte. So your client was indeed the body double, who was the main perpetrator of the crime. It was a long time ago, but I remember his words even now. There have been countless attempts on my life. Not just once or twice, countless. And yet why must I be the only one to face the danger? When I stand before the people, I garner the same respect as the president does. Tell me, just what is the difference between him and me? The difference was great. While the voice and style of speech may be the same. One can mimic the body, but the heart cannot be reproduced. I suppose his own weaknesses cost him in his quest to become a leader. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Well, perhaps the king and his knight were not so different after all. The double believed that the president's only weakness was a woman called Amy. To find the woman, he needed the assistance of someone from this country. So he joined forces with Blaze. After determining her whereabouts, he simply waited for the right opportunity. That chance came with a meeting at the orphanage. Indeed, the director of the orphanage was bribed and brought in as an accomplice. He must be referring to Patricia Rowland. Well, given what I've told you, do you realize the whereabouts of the young acolyte now? You mean the boy who saved you. But how do you know that he is the mastermind? Is it the one who did the drawing? Who set the fire? That boy? That day, the young one caused a fire. Yeah, there you go. Caused a fire at the garden of the orphanage. Oh, you're talking about the kid who started the fire as a prank. A prank? Not at all. On that night 12 years ago, the young acolyte was hiding inside the igloo. It seems he witnessed Patricia and Blaze moving the body from his hiding place. Apparently, he heard them talking during that time. It would seem that they were planning to kill me because I knew the truth. He immediately came to the main hall to tell me that. I learned this about the young acolyte some time later. It seems he was wearing a red raincoat at the time. Damn. Okay. I think the mastermind has either made that part of his identity or he's still carrying that weight, as it were. He led me out of the main hall. And then the young acolyte said he was going to get rid of our footprints. So he scattered some lamp oil near the igloo over the snow. Then he boldly set the oil ablaze. Oh, no way! So he set the fire in order to... All their focus was diverted towards the burning flames. I took the opportunity to escape through the rear exit. So the boy in the red raincoat is the mastermind behind this case. Exactly. Isn't that right, Anubis? Yes, boy, yes it is. Wow. Let's get some more information out of him. Certainly it was I who killed President Juan. You admitted that rather easily. These days I have long grown tired of killing. But in those halcyon days I devoted myself to the path of an executioner. If one cannot admit that much, what can he admit? Right, Anubis? Yes, yes, my boy. I feel like he's saying something scary, but it's kind of hard to understand him. This fallen priest is saying he has no feelings about the president's death. Dogen, the assassin and escaped prisoner. He should be a despicable opponent, but silencing him now would be imprudent. I must keep my composure and let him talk. I understand your point. You killed the president. That is correct. The aim of my blade never misses its mark. However, my life was also targeted on that day. Your life was targeted. You, the assassin. The hunter becomes the hunted. The Buddhist becomes the Buddha. Huh? Okay, you don't have to make up strange proverbs. Become the Buddha? Life is transient, especially for an assassin whose life is always exposed to danger. So, does that mean people you've tried to kill have fought back? That is a rare occurrence. However, this was different. The body double, Blaze, and Patricia all sought to seal my lips. Sirhan Dogen, you are a master assassin. As such, could you have not evaded an attack from those three and fled the scene? You greatly overestimate me. Without Anubis by my side, I would not even be able to walk about. If those three were to attack me all at once, I would not stand a chance. I see. So even an assassin will fall to superior numbers in a frontal assault. I suppose one could say that. I, Sirhan Dogen, would have suffered a shameful defeat. Had I not been reunited with the young acolyte back then, I would have been in danger. Reunited? So when did you first meet with him? That would be 18 years ago on the 24th of December. 18 years? 18? That's when all that business with Gregory went down. Uh-oh. That is a rather long time ago. On that day, our roles were reversed. I saved the young one's life. There was an unusual snowstorm on that day. The temperature was well below freezing. I took Anubis for a walk in the snow. That's when Anubis noticed something and started running. I followed after him and found a car. I had a great difficulty opening the door. It had frozen shut. Those are the two children from the photo of the two people in the front of the school. One has their hands bound. Please let me. Oh, what? IS-7. Dane Gustavia, that's the name I forgot. Yeah, those are the children of Isaac Dover and Dane Gustavia. There are no clues to whereabouts of Dover's son or Gustavia's son who until the day before the incident regularly visited at Mr. Master's mansion. Boy, they were nearly iced over themselves. Two children. Had they remained in the car for an hour longer, they surely would have frozen to death. I brought the two of them to a nearby orphanage. Is there anything about Dogen's story that concerns me? Yeah. What concerns me is the date. The 24th of December, 18 years ago. Are you sure about that? There is no mistake. Could that mean... I know. The significance behind that date. What shows the significance of the date when Dogen found the children? Take that! That day, a certain incident occurred. A sculptor was murdered. Oh! During that incident, two young boys went missing. The sons of the victim, Isaac Dover, and the culprit, Dane Gustavia. So, one of those two kids is... One of those two kids is the mastermind, and boy, that one on the left, he sure has a design where, like, his eyes are just naturally closed, like pulling a Brock from Pokemans. And boy, there sure is one other character who also keeps their eyes closed like that. And boy, I sure was suspecting them of, like, wait, they were at the stadium when the fireworks went off, just like how we heard fireworks over the phone from the mastermind. Is Simon Keyes the son of Isaac Dover? We never did find out where those two boys went after the case 18 years ago. I think I might have just skipped reading out lines, but okay. Oh, they were the sons of a victim and a culprit? It all makes sense now. What makes sense? One of the youths was bound so that he could not move. Mr. Dover did it so that Mr. Gustavia's son couldn't come to the contest venue. Indeed, Gustavia was using his own son as a taste tester. To think that was what transpired. Neither child seemed to recall what had happened. They lost their memories. The acolyte told me this when we were reunited 12 years ago. The pair were placed in an extreme situation on the verge of freezing to death. That trauma led them both to suffer from amnesia. Neither could so much as remember his own name. So they didn't even know that they were the sons of Mr. Dover and Mr. Gustavia. Indeed, While we cannot say it conclusively, the probability is quite high. However, we still don't have enough information to deduce the mastermind's identity. Yeah, unfortunately, Edgeworth is not an omniscient viewer. Dogen, would you please continue your story?
Very well.
Oh, this is good, man.
I continued my correspondence with the young acolyte even after entering prison. Recently, that has all come to an abrupt halt, however. It left me quite concerned. Furthermore, those involved in the crime 12 years ago were all drawn into incidents one by one. I grew more and more curious, and so I absconded briefly from the prison.
Those involved 12 years ago were Patricia Rowland, Blaise de Best, and President Juan's body double. And Miss Rowland was the warden of Mr. Dogen's prison.
I blackmailed the warden. That woman had tried to kill me. Perhaps the good prosecutor has already deduced the reason.
You murdered President Juan. However, the world still believed he was alive. If you were able to prove the president was a fake, both Patricia Rowland and Blaise de Best would have been in danger.
That is correct, and I had heard the proof with my own ears.
I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting. Who might you be? My apologies, but I am presently waiting for someone.
I am well aware of that, President Juan. Are you not meeting with your son? However, I do not spill blood needlessly. You may relax. I seek only the president's life.
It can't be. Please wait. I am just about to meet my son for the first time. I'm sure this will be the first and last time. Please, at least wait until we are finished.
I had thought the president would beg for his life, but he was of a different sort. Officially, the president had no son. However, he shook his head and said, this illegitimate son was his, and he intended to recognize him publicly. Furthermore, he claimed that he had already made preparations towards that end. Would that son of his be the boy with horns over there by any chance?
Boy with the horns? Wait, you can see John's horns?
There is no need to see them. From the moment I escaped from prison until now, I have been closely lending an ear to your voices.
He said that the president made preparations towards recognizing his son. But the word preparations alone would be insufficient for blackmail. That's it. There was one thing that could prove Juan's words, the will held by the House of Lane. It was also proof of his trust in us. His son's existence would have been revealed to the world.
The name on the recording, the mention of preparations, and the will in Geneva. Together they suffice to make the warden bow to my words.
With those three pieces of information, one could prove the identity of the double. By using John.
The president blocked the first strike of my knife with something soft. As pieces of it fell atop the snow, I struck once more. This time the blow proved fatal.
So Dogen cut off the Muzilla doll's horn.
None but I heard his final words. Only myself and that child knew of the president's secret son.
Damn.
I continued my correspondence with the young acolyte even after entering prison.
In other words, you contacted him from prison.
That is correct. A post office box was used.
A post office box? It would allow one to send and receive letters without revealing the recipient's location.
I could not use a form of correspondence that would reveal the acolyte's location. There was someone keeping watch over my correspondences, after all.
You must mean the prison warden, Patricia Rowland. Could you be more specific about the nature of your correspondence?
Well, they were mainly moves for my correspondence chess matches.
Correspondence chess? If I recall the person you were playing against... This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was... Oh, are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley? Wasn't it Horace Knightley? We certainly found the correspondence chess memo in Knightley's cell.
Does that mean Knightley Boy was the kid from the IS-7 incident?
Could that really be true? Is there any evidence connecting Knightley to the IS-7 incident? I need to go through this one by one. Anything related to Knightley? Knightley's mementos, a ring and chessboard. Wait a second. Wasn't there a ring involved in the IS-7 incident? Didn't Dover have a ring? Wait a second. This was all that Knightley left behind. Could there be a clue hidden within? Which should I investigate? The ring or the chessboard? Oh my god! This ring is... Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? Mr. Shields, please take a look at this ring. This pattern is... It's pirouettes. I thought so. He had Mr. Dover's seal turned into a ring. However, why would he have this? Oh. So, Knightley is the son of Isaac Dover. Huh? Shouldn't it have been held by the police as evidence from the IS-7 incident? After the incident, the seal was returned to the victim's next of kin, and Mr. Dover's only family was his son. But the kids didn't know who they were, and they were put in an orphanage. How were they connected? How did people discover that the kid, one of the two children, was connected to Pirouette? But since no one knew where the son had gone to, it took a while to get it to him. I'd heard that the police had finally found him and delivered his inheritance, but... So the seal was thereby safely delivered to his son. Well, I guess that answers that. And then he turned the seal into a ring and wore it on his person. Damn. It's connected all the way down. So, Mr. Knightley was Mr. Dover's son.
The police aren't fools. I'm sure they did a thorough check before handing over the seal.
If someone involved in the IS-7 incident was his chess opponent...
Knightley, huh? Then that man must be the mastermind behind this case.
But Knightley is dead. He cannot be involved in this incident.
How about that? The only one who could be the mastermind was himself a murder victim.
But a dead guy can't be the culprit, so there's no way that's right. It certainly is strange. In that case, who is the culprit? Whoa. Recently, that has all come to an abrupt halt, however. It left me quite concerned. It came to a halt, now of all times. Quite odd, is it not? Anubis told me again and again how odd it was. That scary dog talked? Was he like, something's odd, Wolf? I can understand Anubis's heart even if he does not voice his thoughts. Then there's something I'd like to ask, just in case. Your scary dog's staring at me right now. He's not saying, I'm hungry, I want some meat, right? Perhaps. Perhaps? Mr. Edgeworth? It seems she's not much good with the assassin's dog. Good boy, good boy. There's a good boy. So then, at any rate, my correspondence with the Acolyte suddenly came to an abrupt halt. Furthermore, those involved in the crime 12 years ago were all drawn into incidents one by one. That certainly does seem too much for a mere coincidence. The body double of Di Junhuan, the president of Zhenfa, faked an assassination plot. Patricia Rowland, the prison warden, murdered Horace Knightley. And Blaze the Best, the chairman of the PIC, murdered Jill Crane. Come to think of it, as I have been investigating these cases, I have felt the presence of some force behind the scenes. Even within the prison, I could not tell that this was no insignificant event. I grew more and more curious, and so I absconded briefly from the prison. You absconded briefly from the prison. I cannot forgive such a criminal act. You stole your way out of prison? I cannot forgive such a thieving act. Relax, no one was hurt. I merely have connections that allow me to set foot outside.
But even so, you can't just escape from prison, pal. Arrest him, arrest him.
That won't be necessary. Once my business is done, I shall return to my cell.
You trying to make fools of us? Prison isn't the kind of place you can just enter and leave at will.
The wolf may say that, but one can see that the wolf and his pack also share an interest in the tales of my past.
Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. There are still a few things I must ask Dogen. Please postpone matters until then. Yes, sir. I knew you'd say that, Mr. Edgeworth. Damn it all. But I'm not taking my eye off you for a second.
Writing letters in Braille can be a rather enjoyable pastime.
Yeah. I suppose that's like not at all subtle. Like you would think you would have like some sort of code to work out.
Excuse me, but you wrote your letters in Braille.
Indeed, for I possess the tools necessary to write in Braille.
Wow, so you need to use tools to write in Braille. I never knew. Then would you please tell us what you wrote?
Everything. Letters, of course, and also the movements of the chess pieces.
You wrote the movements of the chess pieces by hand. That statement is intriguing. So then, how does your handmade dog piece move? Oh yeah, the Kerberos chess piece. Yeah, I was wondering that. How the hell does that move? Okay, that question can wait. No! For once, I actually want to know the answer to one of Kay's stupid questions. So then, what did you do when the letters stopped coming?
Within the prison, I grew increasingly concerned about the acolyte's whereabouts.
Okay, but even so, I don't really get it. Who exactly is this acolyte? Indeed, Dogen himself has not yet made that clear. What's important is the thread connecting Dogen and this acolyte, their correspondence. And not just the letters, we should pay attention to the means that was used as well.
I continued my correspondence with the young acolyte even after entering prison.
Oh, wait, this is a loop, okay? Okay. So let's assume it really was nightly. Continued my correspondence with the young acolyte even after entering prison. Recently, that has all come to an abrupt halt, however, it left me quite concerned. Yeah. A big part of solving the second case in this game was determining that Knightley was in fact Dogen's correspondence and they played chess. So man, they weren't really randomly matched at all, huh? They were actually buddies. Damn. Furthermore, those involved in the crime 12 years ago were all drawn into incidents one by one. That is absolutely true. First Roland, then Blaze, then the double. I grew more and more curious, and so I absconded briefly from prison. That's also true. Writing letters in Braille can be a rather enjoyable pastime. Writing letters in Braille. We just got this correspondence chess memo, but it says it was typed on a word processor. There's nothing here to indicate Braille whatsoever. I think this is the contradiction. Yeah. I'm certain you said you wrote your letters in Braille.
Correct. The good prosecutor must know that I am lacking in sight, do you not?
The correspondence chess letter we found had been typed out using a word processor.
What? That cannot be.
What do you mean? So, someone went out of their way to retype the letters on a computer? Could another person have acted as a middleman between Dogen and Knightley? Yeah, that was my thought. What do you mean? Dogen wrote his letters in Braille. However, by the time it reached Knightley, it had been rewritten on a word processor. We must assume that some middleman rewrote those letters.
And the reverse can also be said. That same somebody might have taken the letters Knightley wrote and redelivered them to Dogen.
Yes, that is indeed true.
Yo.
Knightley and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Dogen, were the letters that reached you?
They were in Braille, of course. So Knightley Boy's letters must have been transposed by that same person as well. Oh, then that somebody must be
the mastermind behind the case. Someone with access to prison correspondence? The hell? I mean, that must be... I mean, the only one I know who fits that bill would be Roland, but it can't be her. You're saying there's someone else who's the mastermind behind the case? Then who the hell is it? Dover's son, Knightley, is already deceased. In that case, there is one more youth that we should consider to be the mastermind. You mean Dane Gustavia's son, but who the heck is he? If Knightley is Dover's son, then Gustavia's son must be... Wait. Hold on, I can check ages in the profiles. Where is he? 24. Okay, 24 minus 18 is 6. And if I look at Knightley's profile, 24, the kids were the same age. You know what? I think that's all the proof I need. I think it's Simon. Yo, is he like dyeing his hair? He had black hair in the photo, though. Yo, what? Oh. Well, we're the only friends either of us had since childhood. He was the same as me, we never... I am a supreme moron. That was a huge thing in that case. Simon and Knightley were friends. Knightley asked Simon to get something from him from his home. It can't be, could it? Could it really be him? Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? You've gone all pale. I figured it out. The identity of the mastermind who's been controlling this case from the shadows. What? Who in the world is it? I don't want to believe it myself, but it is someone we know quite well. The mastermind is...
Take that!
The mastermind behind this case sent a letter to Jill Crane, which deceived Blaze. Furthermore, he kidnapped John and eavesdropped on us. However, all of his actions, the one I have not been able to get out of my mind, is how he brought an unconscious Kay to the roof. The giant monster. Huh? Did you just say something? That's right. The key to exposing the mastermind is in the monster's true form. Lotta saw Muzilla out the window. Are you telling me Simon Keyes, using his circus acrobatics, climbed up the skyscraper while carrying Kay? No. Oh, I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show. Oh, hey, that's, Max... Glamour? Oh, what was his name? I'll also be performing in it. The Very Big Circus is always fabulous and fun for all ages. Or is it Max Galactica? Yeah, I think it's Max Galactica, that's it. Miss Swift, there's something I would like to ask of you. Oh, what? You mean me? You said that you recorded the sound of Muzilla spewing flames. Would this decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder? That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Muzilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. That's right. I ain't actually seen it with my own eyes, though. Could you let us listen to the tape? Sure thing. There we go. The sound, it's as I thought. So it seems that my reasoning was correct. The true nature of the monster and the mastermind. All of my logic is coming together. Miss Hart, you said that you captured a giant eye on film, did you not? Sure did, right here in this photo. But we cannot confirm it like this. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Lend us your film analysis device. Oh, okay, but what do you want to analyze, sir? This photo, please. I'm on it. Is there a new clue in this photo? Yeesh. This is... See? Ain't that Muzilla's eye right where I said it would be? I see. I have finally grasped. The true form of the giant monster that was being controlled by the mastermind. Giant monster? Are you admitting it? You are, ain't you? You're admitting that the mighty Muzilla is real.
Objection!
No, this is not Muzilla. This is the eye of a different monster. Please have a look at this. I didn't even see it before now. That's a hot air balloon. That's a hot air balloon! It was there the entire time. I didn't even realize that was a hot air balloon. I just thought that was like a... Well, you know, a lion's face. It's a flyer for the Very Big Circus? Oh, this is... Precisely. There's a rather large balloon with the head of a lion pictured here. This balloon is a true identity of the giant monster. In addition, the sound Miss Swift recorded, which she believed to be Muzilla spewing flames. Mr. Prosecutor, don't tell me. You're gonna say something that'll shatter my dreams of a scoop. Get dunked on, nerd. Hot air balloons fly by using burners to heat the air, right, sir? Precisely, Detective. The mastermind used this monster of his to bring Kay to the rooftop of the Grand Tower without using the elevator. Wouldn't that mean that the mastermind is someone connected to the circus? He's a member of the circus, Knightley's friend, and Dane Gustavia's son. Who'd have thunk it? An apprentice beast tamer. He's no amateur. For the beast he has tamed is none other than this entire case. Simon Keyes. He is the mastermind behind this whole incident. Mr. Keyes was really behind it all? No way. I don't believe it. I mean, we trusted him. How could it all have been a lie? That's just heartbreaking. Kay. What is it? Hey, you, stop. Where do you think you're going? The boy with horns is rather perceptive. The good prosecutor has done a remarkable job. Now that I have heard that, I have no further business here. What? Wait, Dogen. Did he just get tackled to the ground? Damn it, where'd he vanish to? Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. However, that guy... John? That Dogen guy, he's the one who killed my dad, right? There is no question more difficult to answer. However, there is no use in denying the truth. Yes, John, you are correct. He'll pay for this. I swear he's gonna pay. I'll make him pay my... John, you mustn't finish that thought. Prosecutor Edgeworth, please pay us no mind. Sir, I put in an APB on Dogen. All available police units will be searching for him. You heard the man, kid. Don't mean to be heartless, but we need to hurry too. So, Mr. Prosecutor, where's the mastermind right now? Agent Lane is right. Our top priority right now should be catching the mastermind. He said he would be practicing. He is most likely at the Very Big Circus tent. But first, Agent Lane, I have a request. A request? What is it? Now that we've identified the giant monster, our next order of business is to capture it. The moment we arrive at the tent, I need you to locate that specific item post-haste. And, Detective, I ask that you perform a follow-up investigation on the kidnapping incident. Roger that, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, I want to help out too. In that case, you'll be in charge of calling for backup. If he is truly the mastermind, we may require assistance from a certain someone. I met him so many times, yet his facade always fooled me into sympathy. He may have got the better of me in the past, but this time I'll settle it once and for all. Damn. As much as I would love to finish this right now, no, I think... Look, I'm not sure I have it in me to do 2-hour-long videos, man. No way. No. Next time, we will confront Simon Keyes, who played us all like a goddamn fiddle. Yeah, I'm sure the final confrontation with him and all the aftermath, the wrap-up, the goodbye, the credit, yeah, I'm sure we have another hour-long video in front of us, so... Oh my god. The finale snuck up on me. I knew we were approaching the end. I knew it was coming, but even still... God, this feels so final. The next video will end things, for sure, no matter what. Even if I do have to go for like 2 hours, it's ending. It's ending next time, I swear. Oh. Damn. What a satisfying game. Oh. Oh man, I don't envy the next games to follow this. Like, God, this is going to be a hard act to follow. Though Honestly, I have actually heard really positive, glowing things about the two great Ace Attorney games. But those will be our last stop on this trip, so that's a long ways away yet. We still have quite a few games to go until then. Oh man. Oh, this is good. There have been times in previous Ace Attorney games where I'm like, okay, they wrote this case and then made an entire game around it. But this time it feels like that thought extends to not just one case, but the entire thing. Everything, every step of the way. The red raincoat, the assassins, the president, the Mozilla doll, the Patricia Rowland, the prison, Simon Keyes, Knightley, the correspondence, Gregory and Raymond, and Isaac Dover, and the ring and pirouette, and Dane Gustavia's callousness, and everything around the Best family, and Jill Crane and Cameron, and I am just sitting here in awe. What a feat of writing. There's no other word for this other than genius. Well, I'm certainly excited to see this end. Hope you'll join me for that. In the meantime, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.